In the heart of Lagos, where wealth flows like the Atlantic Ocean kissing the shores of Victoria Island, stands the Peterson Mansion, a symbol of power, prestige, and old money. But behind its golden gates, a secret is about to shatter everything. Angela Benson had been scrubbing these floors for 2 years. Every morning at 5 a.m., before the Peterson family woke, she would clean, polish, and erase any evidence that regular people lived in this palace. To them, she was invisible. Just another housemaid in a starched uniform. But today, everything was different. Today, Angela carried a secret that could destroy the most powerful family in Lagos. Angela locked herself in the staff bathroom for the 3rd time that morning. The nausea was getting worse. She leaned over the sink, splashing cold water on her face, trying to calm the storm raging inside her body and her mind. 3 months ago, everything changed. One night. One terrible, beautiful, complicated night that she had replayed in her mind 1,000 times. Hello, family. Welcome to Diary of a Storyteller. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more beautiful, emotional, and heartwarming stories. Thank you as you do so. Sit back and relax as we dive into this story. It was Donald Peterson's 30th birthday, the son of Chief Peterson, Nigeria's 3rd richest man. Donald had built his own empire, a fintech company called Pay Africa that revolutionized mobile payments across West Africa. He was worth billions in his own right. Angela had worked the party that night, serving champagne that cost more than her yearly salary. She watched as Lagos elites celebrated: politicians, musicians, actresses, and business moguls. She was part of the furniture, seen but not noticed. Around 2 a.m., Angela found him. Donald Peterson, the billionaire tech genius, could barely stand. His eyes were unfocused, his words slurred. Something was wrong. This wasn't just alcohol. "Sir, let me help you to your room," she had whispered. He was too heavy, too disoriented. She struggled up the stairs with him, his arm draped over her small shoulders. When they reached his bedroom, he collapsed onto the bed. She turned to leave, but his hand caught hers. "Don't go," he mumbled. "Everyone leaves. Everyone wants something. You're different. You see me." His eyes, usually so sharp and focused, looked lost, vulnerable, human. Angela shook her head, pushing the memories away. What happened that night was a blur of confusion, tenderness, and regret. When she woke up at dawn, Donald was still asleep. She had crept out like a thief, hoping he wouldn't remember. And he didn't. For 3 months, Donald Peterson had treated her exactly as he always had, with polite indifference. A small smile when she served his coffee. A thank you when she cleaned his office. Nothing more. He didn't remember. Or he was pretending not to. "Angela, what are you doing in there? Madam wants to see you now." "Agatha," the head housekeeper yelled, a woman who had worked for the Petersons for 20 years and ruled the staff with an iron fist. Angela took a deep breath. She opened the door to find Agatha glaring at her with disapproval. "You've been hiding in the bathroom for 15 minutes. Do you think we pay you to sleep? Madam is in the drawing room. She wants all the staff assembled. Now!" Agatha screamed at Angela fiercely. "To the drawing room! Now!" Agatha continued, as Angela followed her calmly. Mrs. Peterson sat in her throne-like chair, dressed in an expensive Ankara outfit that probably cost more than Angela's entire life savings. Chief Peterson's wife was a formidable woman, elegant, educated, and utterly ruthless when it came to protecting her family's image. "I have gathered you all here for an important announcement. As you know, my son Donna is getting married in 2 weeks." Mrs. Peterson addressed her staff with so much authority and power that no one dared to speak without being spoken to. Angela's heart dropped to her stomach. 2 weeks. The words echoed in her mind like a death sentence. Mrs. Peterson continued. His fiancée, Miss Pamela Godwin, daughter of Senator Godwin, will be moving into this house after the wedding. I expect perfection from all of you. This union is not just a marriage. It is a merger of 2 of Nigeria's most powerful families. There will be media attention, politicians visiting, business partners from around the world. Any scandal, any whisper of impropriety, any mistake that embarrasses this family, and you will not just lose your job. I will make sure you never work in Lagos again. Do I make myself clear? Mrs. Peterson warned, as her eyes scanned the staffs thoroughly, making sure they understood what she just said. Angela's hands were shaking. She clasped them behind her back so no one would notice. 2 weeks. She had 2 weeks before Donald married another woman. 2 weeks before her secret became impossible to hide. The clicking of expensive heels announced her arrival before she appeared. Pamela Godwin swept into the room like she already owned it. Pamela Godwin was everything Angela was not. Tall, sophisticated, dripping in designer labels. Her skin glowed from expensive treatments. Her hair, a sleek Brazilian weave, cascaded down her back. She looked like she had stepped out of a magazine, and she knew it. "Good morning, Mummy," Pamela greeted excitedly as she kissed Mrs. Peterson on both cheeks, then turned to survey the staff with barely concealed disdain. "So these are the people who will be serving me," she said with a disgusted look. She walked along the line of staff members, inspecting them like merchandise. When she reached Angela, she stopped. "You!" Pamela snapped at Angela, her face showing subtle cruelty. "What's your name?" "Angela, Ma," Angela replied, with eyes lowered to the ground. "Angela, you look tired. Are you sick?" Pamela asked. Not out of concern or love, but something else was going on in her head. Angela panicked as the question hit her. Could she tell? Could Pamela somehow see the secret growing inside her? "No, Ma, I'm fine." Angela managed to pull herself together so she wouldn't get caught. In fact, she couldn't risk getting caught. Pamela's eyes studied Angela for a while before speaking. Make sure you stay that way. I don't want sick people touching my things." The front door opened, and Donald walked in. Even after 3 months, Angela's heart still jumped when she saw him. He wore a perfectly tailored suit, his phone pressed to his ear, deep in a business conversation. "Tell the investors we're not accepting anything less than $200 million for Series C. If they don't like it, we'll find others. Pay Africa's user base has tripled in 6 months." Donald ordered his secretary, his voice laced with authority and power. But there was always a calmness in his authoritative voice that made him look so attractive every time. He ended the call when he saw Pamela. She rushed over and kissed him on the lips. A long, possessive kiss, clearly meant to mark her territory in front of the staff. "Baby, I've been planning our honeymoon. I'm thinking Maldives, then Paris, then maybe Dubai for shopping." Pamela spoke with a calm and baby-like tone. "Pamela, I told you I can only take 1 week off. I have the East Africa expansion launching." Donald cut her off immediately, without wasting any time. "1 week?" Pamela asked with a high tone. "Donald, this is our honeymoon. Everyone will think I'm a businessman who runs a billion-dollar company, because I am," Donald replied coldly. The tension between them was already heated, that all the staffs could see that there was no emotional connection between them, but no one dares say a word about it. Even Angela, watching from her invisible position by the wall, could see it. They didn't love each other. This was a transaction, a business deal dressed up in wedding clothes. For just a moment, Donald's eyes swept across the room and landed on Angela. She held her breath. Did he remember? Did he feel anything? Nothing, His gaze moved past her like she was part of the wallpaper. He didn't remember. That night that had changed everything for Angela. For him, it didn't exist. Mrs. Peterson's voice broke through the tension. "Staff dismissed. Back to work. We have a wedding to prepare for." Later that afternoon, Angela was polishing the hallway mirrors when she heard voices from Donald's study. The door was slightly open. She knew she shouldn't listen, but her feet wouldn't move. "Pamela, we need to talk about this marriage." Donald's frustrated voice broke through. "Talk? We're getting married in 2 weeks. What is there to talk about?" Pamela barked at him disrespectfully. Donald sighed as he rubbed his forehead gently. "Whether this is what we really want, we barely know each other. Our parents arranged this for business and politics." "So what?" Pamela's voice cut in immediately. "Look around, Donald. Everyone in our circle has arranged marriages. You think your parents married for love? My parents. This is how our world works." "Maybe I don't want to live in that world," Donald whispered softly with downcast eyes. "Too bad." Pamela's voice turned cold like ice. "The invitations are sent. Senators' family, governors, business partners from 3 countries. Your father has already negotiated government contracts with my father. You backing out now would destroy both families, destroy your company's political connections. Besides, I saw how the investors look at you. A married man looks stable, trustworthy. A 30-year-old bachelor billionaire looks suspicious, like you have something to hide." There it was. The truth. This marriage was a business strategy, nothing more. And Angela was carrying the child of a man who was about to marry someone else for politics and profit. "What are you doing here?" Pamela yelled at Angela as she appeared on the doorway without her noticing. "I'm cleaning, Ma. Just cleaning the mirrors," Angela replied, startled with her head lowered. "Were you listening to our conversation?" Pamela asked through gritted teeth. "No, Ma, I wasn't," she replied, her voice shaky. Pamela stepped closer to Angela, menacing. "I don't trust you," she whispered quietly, such that Donald couldn't hear a word. "You're too pretty to be just a maid. Girls like you always have plans, always looking to trap a rich man." Angela looked at Pamela with shock in her eyes. She didn't mean for her to get pregnant for Donald, and neither could she deny the fact that her child would not be accepted in this royal family. "Stay away from my fiancé," Pamela's voice broke through her thoughts. "If I catch you anywhere near him, alone, I will destroy you. Do you understand?" If only Pamela knew how right she was about Angela, and how wrong. That night, Angela lay in her small bed in the staff quarters, staring at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed with a message from her younger sister in the village. "Angela, Mummy's medicine finished. The hospital says we need 80,000 naira for this month. The doctor says she needs it, or..." Tears rolled down Angela's cheeks before she could finish reading the message. 80,000 naira, she whispered with a teary voice. She made 45,000 a month as a maid. After sending money for her mother's medicine, her sister's school fees, and her brother's apprenticeship, she had almost nothing left. She had been saving every extra naira for months, doing double shifts, skipping meals. She had 125,000 naira saved, her emergency fund, money she had planned to use to finish her accounting degree, to build a better life. Now she would need every kobo of it just to survive the pregnancy and help her mother in the hospital. That night, Angela made a decision. She would write a letter to Donald, tell him the truth. He deserved to know. Maybe he would help with the medical bills. Maybe he would take responsibility. She wrote 3 sentences, "Dear Mr. Donald," before stopping. What was she thinking? She asked herself. He didn't remember that night. He was marrying a senator's daughter. Even if she told him, what would happen? Mrs. Peterson would call her a liar. Pamela would destroy her. They would throw her out with nothing. Worse, they might try to take her baby. She couldn't hold it in anymore as she broke down in tears, placing her hands on her stomach protectively. No, she couldn't tell him. She would quit. Go back to her village. Have the baby in secret. Somehow, she would survive. The next morning, Angela walked towards Mrs. Peterson's office with an envelope. She had made up her mind to resign, claim a family emergency, and disappear before anyone suspected anything. It was the only way. Angela knocked gently on Mrs. Peterson's office door. "Come in." Mrs. Peterson's voice spoke from inside the office. Angela took a deep breath before pulling the office door. "You've got this," she whispered to herself. But when she opened the door, she froze. Mrs. Peterson wasn't alone. A doctor was also in the office, sitting across from Mrs. Peterson, with medical forms arranged neatly on the desk. "Oh, Angela. Perfect timing. This is Dr. Frederick. Sit down," Mrs. Peterson said. "Thank you, ma'am," Angela replied, nervously and confused. "I'd stand." "All right, if you insist," Mrs. Peterson continued. "The wedding is in 2 weeks, and we can't have any of the staff bringing diseases into this house. Pamela is very particular about hygiene, so all staff members will undergo a complete medical examination. Today, including a full blood panel, and she checks her list. Pregnancy test for all female staff, just standard procedure. You understand." Angela's heart stopped. Her world began to spin around her. A pregnancy test. They were going to find out. Today. Right now. "Don't worry," Dr. Frederick's voice broke through her thoughts. "It's just a quick blood draw. Please follow me to the medical room." Angela's legs began to shake. Her secret is about to be exposed. What happens when they discover the truth? Episode 2, The Confrontation. Coming soon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Diary of a Storyteller, so you don't miss it.